What happens when Mickey Mouse turns 60 and Disney World plans a surprise land for him? You get Mickey's Birthdayland. I have a fascination with small lands. I've already done a video on Camp Mini Mickey, and now since Mickey's birthday was on Thursday, it's time for me to tell the story of Mickey's Land. In 1988, Mickey Mouse was turning 60 years old. Michael Eisner knew the Disney company needed to do something for Mickey. But what? At this point, the only thing in Disney World for Mickey was his walk-around character and previously Mickey Mouse Revue. But there was not a designated area to meet Mickey and his pals, so the decision was easy. Mickey would be getting a land. Mickey's Birthdayland, as the first incarnation was called, would be a small land with the birthday show for Mickey, Mickey's house, a petting zoo, and the Mickey meet and greet. At the time Birthdayland was supposed to open, DuckTales was exploding in popularity, along with the rest of the Disney afternoon cartoons. So to tie in DuckTales with the land, they made Birthdayland to be set in Duckburg. Now, the plan was set for Birthdayland. Disney started construction and finished construction fairly quickly. Mickey's Birthdayland opened on June 18, 1988. And became the first and only land to be added to the Magic Kingdom. The fastest and preferred way to get to Mickey's Birthdayland was by Walt Disney World Railroad. The train was decorated to wish Mickey a happy birthday, and on the train, a new song was written for Mickey's birthday, called Mickey's Birthday Express Song. Very original. On the way to Mickey's Birthday, you can see cardboard cutouts of other characters on their way too. Opening day was recorded and aired on ABC during the 4th of July Spectacular. Carol Burnett, Cindy Williams, and Nancy Reagan were in it. On the morning of opening day, everyone sang happy birthday to Mickey Mouse. And Mickey's Birthday was officially open. Mickey's Birthday featured Mickey's house, which was a walk-through attraction, and kids could see Mickey's house straight from the cartoons. After being in Mickey's house, guests would be directed to the show. The show was called Mickey's Birthday Surprise Party, and in the show, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Chip and Dale, and dancers throw a surprise party for Mickey. After the show, guests would go to another room where characters did another show on a birthday cake with confetti. The shows ran until 1990. After the show, guests could meet Mickey in his dressing room. Other options were Grandma Duck's petting farm. Animals such as ducks, chickens, goats, pigs, and Minnie Moo were there as well. Minnie Moo was famous for being a cow with a giant Mickey shape on her stomach. Minnie Moo was owned by Melvin and Bill Brockberg in Egerton, Minnesota. Disney had previously bought a cow from Maine with the same iconic hidden Mickey shape on its stomach, and put it in Disneyland in Big Thunder Ranch, and named it Mickey Moo. So the Brockbergs decided to sell to Disney since Minnie Moo was apparently not the best producer of milk, and they saw the fame Mickey Moo was having. Of course, 1988 would not go on forever, and Mickey's 60th birthday passed. So after a year in 1990, Mickey's Birthdayland became Mickey's Starland. During this time, more characters from Disney afternoon cartoons, Chip and Dale, Gadget from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Baloo and Louie from Tailspin, and different gummy bears came to Duckburg. The show in Mickey's Starland was changed to Mickey's Magical TV World. The show debuted in 1990 and featured Zummy, and Gruffy from Adventures of the Gummy Bears, Scrooge McDuck and Launch McQuack from DuckTales, and Chip and Dale. Every year during its run, it would change characters to accommodate new shows on the Disney afternoon lineup. In 1991, Roger Rabbit was added and Darkwing Duck replaced the Gummy Bears. In 1992, DuckTales and Roger Rabbit were cut for Goof Troop characters. In 1993, Bonkers D. Bobcat replaced Chip and Dale. Launchpad returned to the show, then they were replaced by Aladdin in 1994. This was the final change until the end of the show in 1996. That show is confusing. The setting of Mickey's Starland was still Duckburg throughout its whole life. For a short time in 1995, Mickey's Starland was renamed Mickey's Toyland for the holiday season, but the permanent name change wouldn't come until 1996. In 1993, Mickey's Toontown opened at Disneyland and was an immediate success. Mickey's Starland was in desperate need of an identity, and Mickey's Toontown was the perfect thing to come to Magic Kingdom. Except, Mickey's Starland had circus tents, and was semi-circus themed, so it would be called Mickey's Toontown Fair. They expanded on Mickey's house idea and brought in different character houses. Minnie's house was built in the former meet and greet location. Both houses were themed to a summer house. Guests could interact with all the things in Minnie's house. I loved these houses when I was a little kid, and now. Donald's boat was built as a walk-through attraction next to a children's playground. Grandma Duck's petting farm was replaced by the Barnstormer at Goofy's Wiseacre Farm, and Minnie Moo was relocated to Tri-Circle D Ranch at Fort Wilderness, where she lived for the rest of her life before dying in 2001. The Barnstormer was very similar to Gadget's Go Coaster in Disneyland. The Barnstormer was an airplane-themed roller coaster set on Goofy's farm called Wiseacre's Farm. This was the first roller coaster I ever rode. I still like Barnstormer a lot. It's a good coaster. If you have kids, make sure to go on it. The stage was not present at the Toontown Fair, and the gift shop took over the main tent. The meet and greet moved to the post-show tent, and the Mickey meet and greet went to the judges' tent and the pre-show tent. That's a lot of tents, even though there's 3 tents. On February 12, 2011, the train station and the rest of Mickey's Toontown Fair closed to be refurbished as part of the new Fantasyland refurb. When the new Fantasyland station opened up in 2012, guests would find that Mickey's Toontown had been completely changed. The houses and boat had been torn down, and in its place were kids' water zones, Casey Jr. Splash and Soak. The main tent stayed open as a gift shop and snack area. The Barnstormer had been rethemed to the Great Goofini, later renamed the Barnstormer starring the Great Goofini. The Cornelius Coote statue that had been there since 1988 had been taken away, but now lives in the Walt Disney Archives. Storybook Circus went all in with the circus theme with the big top tent and peanuts on the pavement. If you didn't know, if you look down, you can see peanuts engraved into the floor. It's pretty cool. Dumbo had been moved into Storybook Circus since it fit the circus theming, and also added another whole, I don't know what that operation is actually called, but you know what I'm talking about, the thing that makes Dumbo go up and down. Now the queue was added, I guess. But there's something missing in Storybook Circus that Mickey's Toontown had. So as I said in the beginning of the video, I have a soft spot for smaller lands. I did a video about Camp Mini Mickey. I did a video about Pleasure Island. And Mickey's Toontown Fair. I remember it specifically because Barnstormer was the first roller coaster I ever went on. And I loved Minnie's house. I thought it was the coolest thing, especially as a little kid. Mickey's house, I don't really remember being that interactive, although I do remember you could pick up the phone and there was a voicemail by Mickey. In back to Minnie's house, you could sit on her furniture, you can open up the refrigerator, which was full of cheese, literally. I mean, it was just, I love the houses. And then Donald's boat, you could, that was really just a water play area. You could, they had these water guns that you could shoot and get people wet on the bottom. And then Barnstormer, of course I have good memories with that. I still go on it to this day. Even though it's not really the same, it's, I don't know, just something about it. I don't really like the circus theming to it. I think the barn theming's way better. And the barn in the Wiseacre Farm queue, you could see the chickens, and you could see the plane crashing through the barn. The planes didn't actually crash through the barn, but the plane crashing through the barn, and you could hear the squawks of the chickens. And it was a great ride. And it still is, please. It always has like a 5-minute wait, if that. So if you're near it, you have little kids, even if you don't, I don't, and I still go on it. Please, go on the Barnstormer. And then, even the Mickey Mouse meet and greet was cool. Because it was a different Mickey. Now, the Mickey meet and greet was moved to the Main Street Theater where it currently is, but first of all, bring back the talking Mickey. That would make it worthwhile to be in the theater. But it's just something different when you can go outside and look at Mickey and Minnie's house and then go in and then meet them. I mean, they're all right there. It's just, it was something different. And now I have problems with the whole new Fantasyland refurbishment. I think what they took out and put in is drastically far worse than what they took out. Let's be honest. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train did not take out 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They were going to demolish that. Well, they did. They were going to demolish that lagoon anyway. But what that took out, honestly, is Snow White's Scary Adventures. Even though the building is still there, and they need to do something with the building, but even though the building is still there, for some reason you can't have 2 rides based on the same movie in Magic Kingdom, but it's fine if you have 3 Beauty and the Beast shows that all suck and are the same. The Storybook Circus is just a bland... It's just a bland idea of the original Mickey's Birthdayland, but take out everything that made Birthdayland and Starland and Toyland and Toontown. Take everything out that made it charming and just replace it with generic circus theme. And let's not forget, happy birthday, Mickey. You are now 92. Yeah, 93, because 2018 was his 90th. Yeah, because 2018 was his 90th. So, yeah, 93, and Mickey hasn't aged at all. Just look at him in Steamboat Willie, and then look at him in Get a Horse. I mean, he just doesn't age. So, happy birthday, Mickey. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing. It would make me a very happy man. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a magical day, everybody.